Good morning, everyone. This morning we will start our new project for the course, Undocumented Immigrants, What to Do with Them. This is an issue that is controversial and is extremely polarizing, so I want to make sure everyone will show a very professional academic demeanor by only discussing the available information without making it a personal matter. This first map with data from 2008 gives you information on the numbers and percentages as of the total population per state on this issue we're going to study for the project. You will notice that some states have very large percentage of their population being in that category, and some states have very few undocumented immigrants. How will this affect the political, social, and economic responses to this number in different parts of the country? Do you think this number have increased or decreased since, and why? This chart, compiled from a presidential election exit poll taken in 2012, gives you information on how different political groups do respond to this question. What to do with the undocumented immigrants that are living in the United States. Respondents to this poll were given two options for their answers. Should they be deported, or should they be given a pathway to immigration legalization and eventual citizenship? Notice how, for example, Democrats, Republicans, and independents responded. Also note how voters that supported President Obama responded, and contrast this with the responses given by supporters of Mr. Romney, the Republican candidate. Now, let's look at this project in more detail. The key question will be what to do with the 11 million undocumented immigrants living in this country. You will research and analyze social, political, and economic issues as they relate to these groups of individuals. The following will be your discussion prompts. Should there be a political compromise in Washington? Should these immigrants be given the opportunity to legalize their status in the United States? Should the children of immigrant parents be given the opportunity to educate themselves? And finally, from an economic point of view, what would happen to food prices in this country if many of these immigrants were deported and not allowed to work in the agricultural business? Now, let's look at your project directions. First, you will study and analyze the topic using the links to the articles, maps, and charts provided to you for this project. Second, each student in each group is responsible to study in depth one of the prompts discussed earlier. Third, each student in the group will develop and post one of the prompts for the project. And finally, all students will review those prompts and respond to them. This is very important and is a big part of your final grade. Remember, as for any other project that requires you responding to your peers' postings, you need to follow proper etiquette. Argue the ideas, but with respect and adequate academic language. You have a link to the guidelines for your responses available here. The rubrics give you information on what should appear in your blogs, as well as what is expected for your participation in these online discussions. Please familiarize yourself with these expectations so you are successful in this project. These web links will give you access to different aspects and information found in different magazines and newspaper articles that address this very difficult issue. Use this information to gain knowledge on different aspects of this very difficult situation and quote it in your final posting. Finally, you also will have access to web links to maps and charts that will give you real numbers to use in your postings. Also, quote the sources when you use this information.